5 years have passed since King Stephan's demise, and Aurora has reigned as the benevolent queen of the Moors, with Maleficent serving as the powerful guardian and protector of the realm. Despite her dedication to the kingdom, the neighboring kingdom of Ulstead, home to Aurora's fiancé Prince Philip, still views Maleficent as a malevolent villain. The tension between Maleficent and the Kingdom of Ulstead comes to a head when Aurora accepts Philip's marriage proposal. Maleficent advises against the union, citing the dangers of human-fairy relationships. However, Aurora is determined to prove Maleficent wrong and forge a path of peace and understanding between the two kingdoms. As the royal families gather to celebrate the engagement, tensions run high. Queen Ingrid, Philip's mother, taunts Maleficent about her past, mentioning the sleeping curse that afflicted Aurora and the death of King Stephan. Maleficent maintains her composure, but her patience wears thin when Ingrid carelessly dismisses her maternal bond with Aurora. In a fit of anger, Maleficent seemingly curses King John, Philip's father, who falls into a deep slumber. However, Maleficent claims she did not cast the curse, and Aurora is left to wonder if her guardian is telling the truth. As the situation escalates, Maleficent is shot with an iron bullet by Ingrid's servant, Gerda. Wounded and weakened, Maleficent falls into the ocean and is rescued by a mysterious winged creature. Maleficent awakens in a hidden cavern, where she meets a group of fairies like herself, known as the Dark Fae. These powerful fairies have been forced into hiding and nearly driven extinct by human oppression. Maleficent learns that she is the last descendant of the Phoenix, an ancient and powerful Dark Fae ancestor. The Dark Fae believe Maleficent is instrumental in ending the conflict with humans, either through peace or war. However, Maleficent is torn between her desire for revenge against those who have wronged her and her growing sense of responsibility to protect the fairy realm and its inhabitants. Meanwhile, Aurora grows disillusioned with the strict rules and expectations of royal life in Ulstead. She is happy to see the Moor denizens invited to the royal wedding, but she begins to realize that Queen Ingrid harbors a deep-seated hatred for all fairy folk. Aurora discovers that Ingrid's hatred stems from a tragic event in her past, in which her brother died under mysterious circumstances, and she blames the fairies for his death. Ingrid secretly plots to eradicate all fairies and woodland beings using iron weapons and a lethal crimson powder. Aurora discovers that Ingrid's hatred stems from a tragic event in her past, in which her brother died under mysterious circumstances, and she blames the fairies for his death. Ingrid secretly plots to eradicate all fairies and woodland beings using iron weapons and a lethal crimson powder. As tensions between the humans and fairies come to a head, Maleficent joins the battle, channeling the power of the Phoenix. However, just as she is about to deliver the final blow to Queen Ingrid, Aurora appeals to Maleficent's humanity, claiming her as her mother. Moved by Aurora's words, Maleficent's anger subsides, and she is struck by Ingrid's arrow, dissolving into ashes. Devastated by Maleficent's apparent demise, Aurora mourns, but her tears revive Maleficent, transforming her into a powerful phoenix. With her newfound powers, Maleficent saves Aurora from Queen Ingrid's clutches and helps to forge a lasting peace between the humans and fairies. In the end, Maleficent bestows her blessing upon Aurora and Philip, and the two kingdoms come together in celebration of their union. As the story concludes, Maleficent returns to the Moors, surrounded by the Dark Fae, and promises to return for the christening of Aurora and Philip's future child. The film ends on a hopeful note, with Maleficent's legacy as a powerful and complex character cemented in the hearts of audiences everywhere. Let's know about Maleficent. Maleficent, one of Disney's most iconic villains, has been a central figure in the Sleeping Beauty narrative since the 1959 animated film. Initially portrayed as a powerful and evil fairy, Maleficent's character has undergone significant development over the years, revealing a more complex and nuanced personality. In the original film, Maleficent is depicted as a menacing figure driven by a desire for revenge against King Stefan and his kingdom. Her striking appearance, complete with horns, wings, and a flowing black cloak, has become an iconic image in popular culture. Voiced by Eleanor Audley, Maleficent's presence is both captivating and intimidating, making her a compelling antagonist. However, the 2014 live-action film Maleficent offers a more sympathetic and complex portrayal of the character. Starring Angelina Jolie as Maleficent, the film explores the character's backstory and motivations in greater detail. According to the film, Maleficent was once a kind and powerful fairy living in a mystical realm. Her life took a tragic turn when King Stefan, fueled by ambition and greed, betrayed her by cutting off her wings and leaving her for dead. This act of betrayal and cruelty had a profound impact on Maleficent, driving her to seek revenge against Stefan and his kingdom. However, as the story unfolds, Maleficent's character evolves, revealing a deeper complexity and nuance. Despite her initial desire for revenge, Maleficent forms a bond with Princess Aurora, Stefan's daughter, and comes to care for her deeply. Ultimately, Maleficent sacrifices her own powers to save Aurora from harm, demonstrating a capacity for selflessness and compassion. This transformation underscores the character's growth and development, moving beyond her initial portrayal as a one-dimensional villain. Maleficent's story has been retold and reinterpreted in various forms of media, cementing her place as one of Disney's most iconic and enduring characters. Her enduring appeal lies in her complexity and nuance, making her a fascinating and multifaceted character. Through her evolution, Maleficent has become a symbol of the transformative power of love and compassion. Her journey from a seeking revenge to a selfless act of sacrifice serves as a reminder that even the most complex and flawed individuals can change and grow. In conclusion, Maleficent's character has undergone significant development since her introduction in the 1959 animated film. From a one-dimensional villain to a complex and nuanced character, Maleficent's story has been retold and reinterpreted, solidifying her place as one of Disney's most iconic characters. Her enduring appeal lies in her capacity for growth, transformation, and selflessness, making her a fascinating and multifaceted character. Let's know about Aurora. Aurora, played by Elle Fanning, is reimagined as a much more complex and empathetic character than in the original Sleeping Beauty 1959 animated film. The live-action version of Aurora has a different backstory, as the story is told from Maleficent's perspective. Here's how her character is portrayed in Maleficent. Unlike the traditional Sleeping Beauty, where Aurora is a princess cursed by Maleficent, in Maleficent, Aurora is still the daughter of King Stefan and Queen Leah. However, Maleficent curses her out of revenge, and the curse still holds the same central idea, that Aurora will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and fall into a deep sleep. But the film reveals that Aurora is not just a passive victim in the story. She is caught in a conflict between her birth parents, Maleficent, and the kingdom's politics. As the story progresses, Aurora becomes a symbol of innocence and purity. After being cursed, she is raised by Maleficent in the moors, a mystical forest, in a more protective and caring environment, away from her father's kingdom. Aurora grows up with Maleficent, unaware of her true identity as a princess. Maleficent, despite her initial intention to simply curse the child, develops a protective bond with Aurora, particularly as Aurora becomes aware of the complexities of the adult world. Aurora in Maleficent is depicted as kind, innocent, and very trusting. She is unaware of the evil plot against her and the circumstances of her birth, but she is also shown to be strong-willed, brave, and open-hearted. She quickly befriends Maleficent and even refers to her as her fairy godmother. One of the most notable aspects of Aurora's character in this version is her relationship with Maleficent. While in the traditional Sleeping Beauty, Aurora is largely unaware of Maleficent's true nature, here, Maleficent becomes a surrogate mother figure to her. The two share a bond that is both heartwarming and complex, especially when Aurora learns the truth about her parents, her curse, and Maleficent's role in her life. In the end, it is not a prince who awakens Aurora from her curse, but Maleficent herself. Maleficent, who had originally cursed Aurora, ultimately shows the depth of her love and affection for the girl, and it is through this bond that Aurora is saved. The kiss that awakens Aurora is from Maleficent, not from a prince, which adds a twist to the traditional fairy tale. Aurora's character in Maleficent is more empowered, and her story is less about waiting for rescue and more about her journey to discover her true self. The film shifts the focus from the damsel in distress trope to a more nuanced and emotionally rich narrative where both Aurora and Maleficent are central to the unfolding of the plot.